Or a White House press secretary who, no matter how hard they try, can't form a complete sentence.
So the board has never convened. It never convened, and the board is yes, the board is pausing in the sense that it will not convene.
Well, that was Biden's current White House press secretary, Karine Jean-Pierre. And to put it simply, she's really bad at her job. She makes Kamala Harris look coherent. I know this role is challenging. I certainly wouldn't want to be Joe Biden's mouthpiece. Biden doesn't even know what he's saying himself. So imagine how hard it is to speak for him. But come on, Pierre has only been at this job for a month or so, and everybody already knows she'll be replaced. Biden tapped a deer in the headlights to speak for his White House. Has Pierre ever met Joe Biden? It doesn't seem like it. She has absolutely no clue what's going on. She holds her 48-inch thick binder like a baby holds a blanket. No one has ever seen Pierre without it. If you take away her binder, she'll probably cry.
What is the latest update the White House has received on the current infant formula situation across the country?
Yeah, let me see if I have anything new for you on that. I think it's been a couple of days since we have been asked that question. Okay. I don't have anything new.
At least Romney had a binder full of women. She has nothing. She never does. It's embarrassing. It's honestly shocking that she's lasted longer than Scaramucci. That wasn't even a hard question. A reporter asked for an update, but it gets so much worse. Remember when the administration was thinking about paying illegal immigrants for sneaking into the country? Look how Pierre handled this from Peter.
There is a long line to get into this country legally. Is there any kind of discussion about giving people who are coming here the right way money?
Why would we be giving people who are coming here the right way money?
Why are you giving people who came here the wrong way?
I mean, but I don't understand the question.
But of course she doesn't understand the question. I'm not sure our very own stupid son of a bitch, Peter Doocy, could be more clear. Why would you consider paying illegals for crossing the border? I guess the answer wasn't in her binder. We can laugh at this and crack jokes, but in all seriousness, it's sad. Primetime pities Pierre. And that's an emotion I don't often feel. She's clearly in over her head, especially when it comes to our energy crisis.
Why not just drill more here in the U.S., though?
Because we don't need to do that. What we need them to do is, with the oil that's out there, we need them to refine that oil so that the capacity could go up and then prices would go down, inherently go down.
Supply goes up, prices go down. Why didn't we think of that? The American people need answers, not a flustered intern reading from a binder of lies.
Why is the president saying that inflation is worse everywhere but here?
If you look at globally, other countries, and if you look at where we are economically, when you think about the Group 7, the G7, we are in a much stronger place than we are economically than the rest. And also,
I did look globally, though. He says that inflation is worse everywhere but here. That's not true. The U.S. has worse inflation than Germany, France, Japan, Canada, India, Italy, Saudi Arabia.
Well,
so why is he saying that?
I think what we are saying is that when you talk about inflation, it is a global thing.
The only thing worse than not being competent is not being transparent. And this administration is both. They can never just give us a straight answer on anything, especially when it comes to inflation.
Does the Biden administration bear some responsibility for this?
So, first of all, the American Rescue Plan met the moment, and it has put us in a place where we can actually put us in a place where the American people feel can actually, we can take on inflation. What I mean by that is we've seen growth, right, with, as I mentioned, more than 8 million jobs, and now we're transitioning into a stable growth. In order to take this on, we got to have be in a good historic economic place, which is where we are right now.
Notice what she does. She just doesn't accept any responsibility for the failure. But that's what this administration does. They just point the finger.
President Biden once bragged about the stock market hitting record after record after record on my watch. How about now?
You know, Putin's price hike, inflation, coming out of a once-in-a-generation global pandemic, all of those things play a factor. And you know, but the way that we see this is that the American people are well positioned to face these challenges because of the economic historic gains that we have made under this president.
If we wanted to hear lightweights regurgitate partisan slogans, we'd listen to college Democrats at Brown University screaming to bullhorns on the quad. But we know what Joe Biden is going to do. He's the problem. He's the captain of the ship. And it's hard to make the captain look good when he can't even sail straight.
A lot of major things we've done. But what we haven't done is we haven't been able to communicate it in a way that is let me say another way.
Well, see, that's kind of perfect. Yeah,
well,
we haven't been able to communicate it.
Biden's right. You can't communicate anything. Because what can you say, honestly? It's been a mess, and everybody knows it. That's why you see scenes like these all the time. First, it was the Easter Bunny coming to the rescue. Remember that? And then today, it was Dr. Jill swooping in to stop Joe from saying something foolish.
I think we're going to be in a position where we're going to...
Do you still, Mr. President, do you still consider MBS a pariah?
2 billion people in India are waiting for you to visit India.
I've been to India twice, and I'll be back to India. My relations are very good.
Mr. President, thank you so much.
Look, we get it. Keeping Biden in line and making him look good isn't easy. Jill can hardly swing it. That's why this administration's desperate for a strong, qualified communicator in the press office. Was Pierre really the best option for press secretary, or was she chosen for other reasons? Well, we have no way of knowing because the talent pool there is so shallow, you can wade through it. Pierre should hear footsteps coming, though. She'll be benched soon. John Kirby was already called in earlier this week to bail out Pierre. Is he about to take over the starting spot? Can you even imagine a white male coming to the rescue of the first black lesbian press secretary? Awkward for the Democrats. But what other options do they have? America has a hard enough time understanding what Biden's doing. If it gets any worse, we're going to need an interpreter.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.